In the kaleidoscope of international music, where East meets West and cultures converge in symphonies of sound, there once stood a woman who bridged continents with a single note. She was radiant, relentless, and resounding. Her name, Coco Lee. Unfinished song, Coco Lee and the voice that hid 1,000 tears. Born on January 17, 1975 in Hong Kong, Farron Coco Lee would rise from modest beginnings to become a global sensation. The youngest of 3 sisters, Coco lost her father at an early age. Her mother, a resilient school principal, raised the girls in the San Francisco Bay Area, instilling in them the values of perseverance and discipline. But for Coco, something more was budding within, a voice that would not be silenced. As a teenager in California, Coco was like many girls her age, bright, curious, and brimming with dreams. But her voice was unlike any other. Silky, powerful, and agile, it caught the attention of listeners long before she took a professional stage. In 1993, after a visit back to Hong Kong, Coco entered a singing competition on a whim. She didn't just win, she stole the show. What followed was a meteoric rise in the Asian music scene. Coco signed with Capital Artists and later with Sony Music Entertainment, becoming a household name in Mandarin and Cantonese pop. Her vibrant charisma, radiant smile, and virtuosic voice made her an idol across Asia. Her stage presence was magnetic, equal parts diva and darling. Critics dubbed her the Asian Mariah Carey, not only for her vocal range, but for the sheer vocal athleticism she brought to her performances. But Coco wasn't content with stardom on just one continent. She set her sights on a larger dream, to break into the American music market, a feat few Asian artists had dared and fewer had achieved. In 1999, she released her debut English-language album, Just No Other Way, featuring the breakout single, Do You Want My Love?
Do you want my love? Can you make me sweat? Do you want it bad enough to take on you?
With its infectious beats and her signature vocal stylings, the song landed her on Billboard charts, making Coco Lee the first Asian pop star to cross over into the American mainstream with such visibility. That moment wasn't just a personal milestone, it was a cultural shift. She was paving the way for future Asian talents in an industry that, at the time, rarely offered a seat at the table. With every note, Coco shattered stereotypes and opened doors, proving that talent knows no borders. Yet Coco Lee was not only a singer, she was an actress, a songwriter, a philanthropist, and a proud representative of her heritage. She voiced the character of Fa Mulan in the Mandarin version of Disney's Mulan, and performed the Oscar-nominated song A Love Before Time from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon at the Academy Awards in 2001.
The love that we have shared before time.
That performance marked yet another historic moment. She was the first Chinese American to sing at the Oscars. Behind the glitz and glamour, however, Coco carried the weight of high expectations, cultural pressure, and the demands of fame. Though she smiled brightly for the world, She spoke candidly about her battles with depression, especially in the later years of her life. Her honesty brought comfort to many, breaking the silence around mental health, particularly in Asian communities where stigma still lingers. In her personal life, Coco married Canadian businessman Bruce Rockowitz in 2011. Though the couple's relationship faced challenges, Coco remained fiercely devoted to her family and fans, often posting heartfelt messages on social media. She was a mentor on talent shows like Sing, China, inspiring a new generation with her wisdom and warmth. Then, in July of 2023, the world received a heartbreak. Coco Lee passed away at the age of 48. Her death sent shockwaves through the global entertainment community, and tributes poured in, from industry giants, devoted fans, and fellow artists whose paths she had lit. But as we look back on Coco Lee's life, we see more than a star. We see a trailblazer. She stood at the intersection of East and West, of tradition and innovation, of vulnerability and strength. Her voice was not only heard, it resonated. Her presence did not just sparkle, it shined. Though her time with us was far too short, Coco Lee's impact was vast and enduring. She broke boundaries in music, challenged norms, and gave voice to dreams that crossed cultures and continents. Her influence continues to resonate in the voices of rising Asian artists and in the hearts of fans who saw themselves in her journey. Coco Lee wasn't just a performer, she was a pioneer. In a world that often asked her to choose between East and West, she chose both and redefined what was possible. Her legacy lives on not only in her unforgettable music, but in the path she paved for others to follow. This is the life and legacy of Coco Lee,